Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More. It's Fun Car Friday. We have the Countach out, but I'm guessing the laundromat sales are not going to be that much fun because we had more issues again this week. Last week, we had the washers out for almost all of a weekend because some electrical work was being done in the back for a garage tenant we just got, and they cut power to my washers for probably a good 2 days, which destroyed our sales. Hopefully it doesn't destroy our sales long term because with a small laundromat, it's tough to get people to come to it. This week, my contractor was over there working on some of the machines, at least one machine, to get them up and working, and he said the change machines were both not working, which is like the worst thing that can happen in a coin-op laundromat. And so one was jammed, and I think the other one was empty. And of course, there's just dirt everywhere again. And when I mean dirty, I don't mean it's dirty, but actual dirt. Like the last month, there's just been dirt everywhere, like brown dirt. Not just, not clean, but actual dirt. It's very weird where all this dirt is coming from. So, got that cleaned up. Spent a lot of time doing that. And we'll see what's in the coin boxes, though. And we'll see what's in the change machine, but I don't have super high hopes. I did ask my guy to empty all the trashes while he was here, so that's good. He did do that. And we did get one machine working again, so that's nice, but I'm sure another one will break probably next week. And he was supposed to empty these out. I am not sure if that got done, though. And that's where the garage is. It is now rented for $800 a month, which is nice, some extra money. But since that happened, we keep having issues at the laundromat. So hopefully that calms down and we didn't lose too much business. We'll see. They've got some tires now. Those are the tenants. There's an apartment next to the laundromat as well. Had some issues with them parking in this car wash bay. That's been taken care of. They haven't been parking next to the neighbors anymore. That's good, but they still have interesting stuff showing up all the time, and that is not good at all for the car wash. Yuck. We had a slow car wash week last week because the electrician kept parking in the bay, but that shouldn't have been happening this week. So we'll see what the change machine looks like. There's also people in there the whole time I was there. I made friends with the kid. He's been helping me out and testing stuff. So that was a positive, I guess. And yeah, not a ton of quarters gone, not as much as we had, except for last week. Last week was awful. And then the one on the right had jammed, so everybody was using this one, and I didn't have it all the way full, but because the other one wasn't working, that one ran out of quarters. So I had to fill that up with quarters too. And of course, I've got my finger in the way, just excuse me, to make it an even better day, and my wads of cash I'm carrying around. So we'll see what's in the machines. But again, I don't know how good it's going to be this week. Well, I mean, it could be worse. These are my dryers I put in, and this bottom dryer on the right is the one we got working again. So it was sounding awful. Replaced the wheels on it. It's working good again. Luckily, we have lots of extra parts and stuff from a defunct laundromat I bought, and I just grabbed all the machines and stuff I could. That's where these machines actually are from. But we still had some other ones from there too with spare parts, and it's only been working a couple of days, so that's why there's not much money in there. This one never gets used much. Actually, more in there this week than last week. And then the next ones usually have a decent amount in them, but people have learned the newer ones we put in work better than these, so these are slowly being used less and less. But there's actually more in there than there has been recently. So this is our last dryer right here. Okay. I think it's better than last week, but that's not saying a whole lot. Now these are the newer washers. Of course, someone messaged me yesterday and said this one on the left was not working. I got here, there was an error code. Cleared it. It worked fine, but that's just how the laundry business works. That was actually a decent box. So that wasn't awful. That one is broken, but the out of order sign is off it, so I want to make sure nobody is... Okay, good. All the power's off to it. It doesn't read anything, but still people will try to use them sometimes. And this one... that actually has a pretty decent amount in it as well. So the washers are better than last week, but again, we probably lost some momentum by having the change machine down, and then hopefully we didn't chase off customers last week by having it closed for most of the weekend because the washers didn't work. That's a decent amount in our little baby one. We're still working on trying to get bigger machines in here. The biggest issue is we don't have three-phase power, and most of the machines have three-phase power. In fact, including the ones I bought that have three-phase power. And trying to find different machines is very tricky. New ones would be like $12,000 to $15,000 if you want a big one. And then finding used ones is really, really hard, especially ones that don't need three-phase power. And maybe we just have to try and find a used one and ship it. You have to ship with freight, which is very, very expensive, but it might end up being our best choice. So we're still trying. It's not like we've given up trying to find big machines. It's just been issue after issue after issue. And what's really frustrating is I told my electrician, hey, I want to put this machine in. I told him what machine it was. Here I am figuring out that I probably put boxes in the wrong buckets, so we'll talk about that later. But anyway, so we went and did a bunch of work at the mat to get it ready. I thought, hey, great, we'll get the machines in. And it's like, oh wait, that machine won't work. It's three-phase, you only have one phase. It's like, it'd be nice if you guys would have told me that to start with. But yeah, that's something I have to deal with. All right, and I am counting change out in my back room because all the people are out in the main room where I usually count it. So sorry, it's dark. This is my car wash, which was awful. What is that, like 15? That's not very good at all. So hopefully that picks up again. Maybe it's just a small lull. I don't know. And then this is the dryers, but I don't know if I put the wrong box in there or not. I might have. So I wasn't paying attention. Like I said, I had a little helper, so. That's over 400. That's better than I thought. It might have been cheating, but that's better than I thought. Okay. It's still not awesome or amazing, but it's better than I thought. This is the, I don't know what that is. Is that the new washer? There's actually more in there than I thought there would be too. We're not going to be breaking any records like we did yesterday with the big laundromat, where we finally broke some sales records. That was really cool to see. But it's better than it could have been. Over 400 again for one set of washers. And then, like I said, or maybe it was more than that and I mixed up my clean boxes. And then another set. We're hoping to get over 800. Look at that. Barely over 800. So let's see what we end up with here compared to what we've been doing. Like I said, last week was awful. Before that, we kept having an upward trend and things were going really, really well. We got the tenant out back, so that adds some revenue to the business. The whole place is probably barely making money now. I wonder what. Let me see. We've got $1,000 a month for rent, plus $800 a month, plus $1,500 a month from the laundromat. Barely is probably barely making money now. The whole place together. That doesn't count any labor I spend on it, but it's close. So I mean, it's better than not making money, but be nice if it's doing a lot better. So we end up with $326.25, which is better than I thought it would be, but it's still lower than we were previous to our awful week last week. Like I said, we had a nice upward trend going there. So hopefully we can get that back. Hopefully our change machines keep working and don't have any issues. I filled up the one all the way, so there should be plenty of quarters in there. And I guess we'll just keep chugging along for now and keep seeing if we can find a machine or not. Even if we find a used one and ship it, it's probably going to be over $5,000. And so it's like, is that worth doing? Is that going to bring in enough money? That's $96 a week. That machine would cost us if we paid it off in 1 year, assuming it doesn't break or have any issues, which it probably will. So I don't know. It could bring in that much. It might not. That's a tricky decision. And then you have the cost to install it as well, because unless it's a soft mount, you're going to have to put in the concrete and the floor. and we will have to add some electrical no matter what we do, probably. We'll see. We'll see what we figure out there, but I sure was hoping it would be a lot easier than this turned out to be, getting some big machines in there, and I guess maybe that's why the other owners never did it either. So that's the laundromat. That's how we did. The other laundromat did way better. I was pretty happy with that. This one, not so much. We'll have more videos. We'll keep updating what's going on here. Any issues we have, of course, we'll talk about those too. And of course, we'll have videos in the other laundromat, flips, commercial properties, all that as well.